guess the key line in that is, while some recollections may vary.
The palace have finally broken their silence. This is an incredibly succinct statement, 3 short paragraphs, and it is loaded with meaning. And I just want to break it down, really, piece by piece. It starts with the whole family is saddened to learn that the full extent of how challenging the last few years have been for Harry and Meghan. So it sounds like they weren't really fully aware of all the events that happened. They say they were saddened to learn. It then goes on to say the issues raised, particularly that of race, are concerning. Some recollections may vary. They are taken very seriously and will be addressed by the family privately. So here they are acknowledging just how serious the allegations are. But as you said, it suggests that they perhaps don't believe that all those claims are true, and they're not going to go on a case-by-case basis and refute them. Now, they want to deal with this privately, so I think that is it. That is the statement we've got from the palace. Don't expect tit for tat, particularly even if we get further clips coming out. We know, of course, from Oprah Winfrey that 2 hours additional interview remains out there. It didn't make the final cut. And this statement ends saying Harry, Meghan and Archie will always be much-loved family members. At the end of the day, they're saying what all families do. You know, you go through hard times. Ultimately, there is love there. It gives some hope for reconciliation. What this statement does not do is apologise. It's an acknowledgement, but not an apology. So I think it's very unclear whether this will stem some of the outrage we've seen, not just really in the UK, but particularly, I think, in the United States and in some of the Commonwealth.
Yeah, that's the point I was going to ask you about that, Anna. Do you think this would be enough to satisfy the public's appetite for information or even more of a response from Buckingham Palace? Do you expect more to come, or do you really think that'll be it?
I really think that is it. And from royal sources that have spoken to CNN, they've waited this long because they wanted the UK public to fully view it. We only got to do that last night in the UK, so 24 hours ago. And they've also said, we've heard from the Sussex camp, and they've said they're not going to make any further comment either. So it does feel like a line is being drawn here. But in terms of the reaction in the press, it's been fairly extraordinary, particularly the divided opinion in the UK. You may have heard that Piers Morgan, who's a very famous TV show host, has just left his position in his show very recently, last few hours, because he ranted and raved about this issue of Meghan not believing her allegations and huge defensiveness about the royal family and the crown. And that is the difference we see here in the UK and in the United States. And as a reporter for CNN, I can tell you that the reaction has just been so incredibly different. Yeah,
and just finally, Anna, I'm wondering what happens when Prince Philip turns 100 in a couple of months' time. Hopefully he gets there. You know, Harry and Meghan will obviously have plans to come over for those kinds of celebrations. Does all of this need to be sorted out before then, or does this just become some huge, awkward celebration that hasn't really been sorted out?
Well, it does feel currently like there would be a lot of awkwardness if they were all to be united together. I mean, what we heard from Prince Harry was that relationships with his father and his brother have really broken down. He said he felt let down by Prince Charles. He says Prince Charles wouldn't take his calls in the weeks leading up to their big break from the royal family. With Prince William, he says currently their relationship is one of distance. But he also said that time is a healer. And from this statement, we can see that the royal family have said they will always love Harry, Meghan and Archie. There's hope for reconciliation. What we do expect is perhaps there to be some sort of reunion in July, because that will mark Princess Diana, had she been alive, it would mark her 60th birthday. But that's not much time really to heal what is quite a big